Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do some Valentine treats. I've got several really cute ideas here for you. They're all very simple, very easy. So stay tuned because these are gonna be really fun. Something that I have been making for a while now is homemade marshmallows. We've made a chocolate version. Today we're going to make just a regular vanilla version, but we're gonna change the color of it because obviously it needs to be fun for Valentine's Day. You don't have to do this, but that's how we're gonna handle it. Y'all, these marshmallows are so good. My kids eat them completely by themselves. They're really good, but my favorite way is adding them to my morning coffee. Oh my goodness. I love making them with this beef gelatin because it adds extra protein for the kids. It's just full of like really good stuff. In my saucepan here, we're going to put in 1 cup of moderately cold to room temperature-ish water, and I'm gonna take 3 tablespoons of that beef gelatin and just sprinkle it all over the top so that it can bloom. To do this, we want to evenly sprinkle over the top of the liquid. And it's gonna do something called bloom. You guys will see it, and as it's starting to happen, it'll look like a brain kind of as it's blooming. It's very odd. This just needs to bloom for really just a couple minutes. So we'll just go ahead and make sure everything else is ready to go. I'm gonna use this maple syrup right here, and we're gonna add in between 1/3 to 1/2 cup of maple syrup once this is over on the stove. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get that ready to go. And we're gonna need a touch of vanilla extract. You can use almond extract if that's something you prefer. So just about a 1/2 teaspoon or so. I'm just gonna pour it directly in here just to make it easy on me. Okay, I'm gonna turn my stove on to like a medium-high heat, and we're gonna get this melted together. Then we'll pour in the maple syrup and the extract. All right, as you can see, the gelatin is getting dissolved here. You wanna make sure that all those little pieces are dissolved well. So it's heading back toward a liquid form. Okay, we're gonna add in that maple syrup and extract. And this is just gonna heat just really for like a couple seconds. We just wanna make sure it's incorporated. Then we're gonna head over to the stand mixer. I've already got my stand mixer ready to go. I do that ahead of time because this comes together pretty quickly. My stand mixer has the whisk attachment on it. Okay, we're gonna pour all of this into my stand mixer. And lift the bowl. I'm gonna start on about a 2 as far as the speed goes, and then we're gonna take it up to about an 8. Now, in the first couple of minutes, you can walk away from this recipe, but I suggest staying very close because it's gonna come together pretty quickly, and then all of a sudden, if you don't stay close, you'll overmix it. So the whole point is you want this to kind of be like a marshmallow fluff, maybe even a little less thick of a consistency. Once it's barely dripping off of the beater, we're gonna take it and transfer it to a baking dish that I have already pre-greased. Once it gets really close to being done though, we are gonna add a couple drops of food coloring because that's gonna make it really fun and very Valentine's-like. So we're gonna add just a couple of drops here, and I did find this food coloring that doesn't have artificial dyes in it at my local grocery store, so I was very excited to find that. Okay, they are ever so slightly pink. I did not add a lot of food coloring, but they'll be fun to have, so they're not pure white here. But these will set so quickly. Honestly, they'll set on your countertop, but we're gonna put them in the fridge for just a couple of minutes and they'll be ready to eat. So you can see how they're sliding around quite a bit. This time I definitely over-greased the pan because last time I did not grease it enough. So I was a little excessive with it. All right, we're gonna make these little chocolate swirl pops. So incredibly easy, but really cute. The first thing that I'm gonna do is take these baking white chips and we're gonna melt them, probably using like maybe a 1/2 cup, maybe not even that. It doesn't have to be white chips. You can use chocolate if you prefer. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of food coloring and we're gonna make them really fun. So we're gonna melt these in the microwave. White chocolate is pretty temperamental when you want to add dye. It's often better to use a powdered dye, but we have liquid, so that's what we're gonna use. You want to heat up your food coloring before it goes in with your white chocolate. So my water is heating up right now. I'm gonna put a little bit of water into the bottom of this cup so that it keeps my food coloring warm. All right, we're gonna give it a go. I'm gonna pour in my melted white chocolate and try and mix it together with the food coloring and hope that it works. Okay, so far it's working. It didn't harden up yet, but that's usually what happens. I've experienced that many times in the past trying to use white chocolate, and the second that you bring it in to mix it with food coloring, it just kind of like begins to harden and clump up really fast. We're gonna take these cake pop, I don't know what you call them, cake pop sticks. We're gonna cut off the tip of the bag, just a little bit. And the first thing that I want to do is add some of my white chocolate, whoop, making a mess, to the end of the stick here. Move this one over here, add it to the end of the stick here. And then we're just gonna drizzle in circular motion like this. All right, we are gonna add a couple of white sprinkles here. I'm not sure if they're gonna stick very well because I may have waited too long, but before it sets, that's when you wanna add those sprinkles if you're gonna do that. Now we're just gonna let these sit and harden, and then we'll take them off of the paper. All right, this next little thing is kind of just a hack. There's not a whole lot of stuff involved. You can turn regular cinnamon rolls from the can into heart-shaped cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna be making my cinnamon rolls from scratch. I have a sourdough recipe that we have really fallen in love with, but I'll show you exactly what you need to do if you're just taking them out of the can and making them that way. Also, several of you have asked for sourdough recipes. Those are going to be coming up on my channel, so I will show you the cinnamon rolls and how I make them in that video. It's coming up soon. Now, obviously, I am home making these, but if you want to turn them into heart shapes, if you have the ones out of the can, let me just show you what you do. You can unroll like so. Just gonna get a little messy here. Roll together, so you're gonna meet the ends together like this. Then when you lay it out, pinch the end, and you have a cute little heart shape. So you can make them like that for Valentine's Day if you get them out of the can, which is completely fine. I'm gonna grease this 9x13 baking dish and just start to lay these in the dish. All right, we are going to take some icing and we're gonna color it because, you know, that's fun. So you would just pull some from your can of biscuit, the icing from that, if that's what you're doing. Or you can tint all of it too. I'm gonna add a couple of drops of food coloring. Take the icing and just pour it over the heart. And for fun, we can add a couple of sprinkles. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe and stick around. All you have to do is hit that red subscribe button. You can also hit the notification bell and it will let you know whenever I upload a new video. Have a great week. Bye.